When you are developing an application or any software in general, for example, a website, testing is by far one of the most important things that you should do, and it is by far one of the main things that a lot of people doesn't do. In this video we are going to take a look about testing in general. We are not going to be specific about testing with a programming language, but it will be a general overview why you should do testing and why it is important. The main point is that you make a lot of changes, you develop new features, you change things, and it happens that when you are changing something in some places, you break something else, or you use a variable that you shouldn't use in this way, or you change the state of a variable or a function or things like that. And the main problem is that you may break things in another place. And imagine if there is something that could check for you the code that you have written 1 week or 2 weeks ago. It is still the same and it works in the same way. Well, this is the job of testing. The main reason why you use testing is to be sure that the code that you wrote 2 days ago, 1 week ago, it is the same as today. So when you change things up and you want to commit, it is suggested that you check your code with some tests to check that everything is okay before you deploy. So you write the test to check that the code that you have wrote 1 week or 2 weeks ago, it is the same as today. So if you check and you fix your problem in the fast way possible by testing, since it will show you how the error that you have done, when you have done it, you can easily fix it. Instead, if you wait a lot, this little bug could create more problems in the future. In this way, you have an easy way and an easy time to track your problems and to solve them. You are sure to have a good quality of your code with less bugs possible, and more testings you do, better it is. Usually people, they don't like to do testing because they say that it will waste a lot of time and it takes time. For example, if you follow the test-driven development, and with test-driven development, it means that you start by creating your tests before you develop the functionality, and in this way you develop your test and then you develop the functionality. For example, a function, it takes time to write the test. It takes a little bit of effort, but I will assure you that it will take more time if you develop your application without testing and something breaks down and you don't know what it is. You will lose so much time checking for the problems and why things break down. Things may get even worse. With testing, you can check and solve your problem as soon as you get it. The beautiful thing is that you will get the exact file and line where things broke down. So I will say that maybe it will take a little bit more time to write your test at the beginning, but at the end you will gain so much time and you will have a good overall quality of your project. Another benefit of testing is that when people check out your application, they can even know more about your functionality if you have some functions, and they can understand better why you have put that function and how it works. What is the things that should return and things like that, what are the inputs, etc. I'm mainly talking about unit testing, that it is a type of testing, but there are a lot more types. For example, you have integration testing that you can test multiple units. With unit testing, basically you are testing only a unit, for example a function, and you are testing only that one, and you are making sure that it works as it should. So how you should start by doing testing? The best way that I will suggest you is by taking a look at test-driven development. And with test-driven development, you basically, as I said before, you start with doing the testing even before doing your, for example, your function, and you do your testing, and you obviously you will get errors because the main function that you want to test, it doesn't exist, and you do your test for this non-existing function at the moment, and you write the things that you should take as inputs and what should expect as output. In this way, another benefit is that you will have a clear goal on what you want to do of your function and what is the main goal of your function. After doing this, you start building your function, and then you connect the two things by importing the function to your test. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you want, inshallah, I'm going to do a video more specific about Flutter for testing. I don't know if you want a more specific one about JavaScript. I can do this one too. So let me know in the comment section, inshallah, and see you the next time.